Hi, I'm Robert Marjan. This is my R34 V-Spec MNPIII R34 GT-R. So I purchased this car a couple of years ago, and I've been thinking what I'm going to do to it that would turn it into a really cool street car. I'm used to all these high-powered cars, and which direction I wanted to go while maintaining its sort of heritage and OEM plus type configuration. And so we went down this path. There was a lot of decisions that we needed to make and how we configured it to get to 900 horsepower at the wheels, and we achieved it. The biggest challenge we had was to find turbos that would flow the power in stock location position. There was a lot of development that the shop had to do to achieve this outcome. The main stock location turbo cars that are out there, they're about 600 horsepower. To get that 50% extra in power, while maintaining drivability and the look that it has, which is like no one will pick it, that was the biggest challenge we had. Everything else is just normal bolt-on and it works. So I knew that we had to go with a 2.8, not a 2.6, hence why the HKS Step 2 sort of OG style engine. We knew we had to put one of our race heads, otherwise it's not going to flow the power as well in that configuration with the smaller style turbos that are stock location. Marry that up with a Motec, to ensure that it's all controlled correctly and give us the maximum output that we can, while obviously staying drivable with all the functions that we need. It all came together very nicely, but obviously we had to work out every step of the way, which direction to go down. We were quietly surprised when we saw the 900. I mean, obviously it'd be nice to make 1,000, and we'll probably keep chipping away to try and get there. But at this stage, 900 horsepower at the wheels with what we have, I think is pretty good. So as everyone knows, the Gertrack gearbox has got long ratios. And with the 34s, we've got the 3.54 diff gears, which are very long. So just to make it snappier, obviously more responsive, we went with the 411s. If you're looking for a real good street car setup, stock location, low mounts, whatever you want to call it, then this is honestly the pinnacle of what we've seen. We've never seen a car probably make over 600 horsepower, maybe 650 in stock location. So this jump is huge, and it did surprise us to a point, but at the same time, we were expecting something around that sort of power. To get it to where I want the car to be, just want to upgrade some interior sort of decal parts, just new steering wheel, just some interior plastics and all that, new carpet. Other than that, that's about it. Right now, it's an animal on the street. It drives really good. It is loud, but that's because we need an exhaust that flows. Got a full titanium Tomo exhaust on it, the big one they have, the Extreme. The only problems we had was the carbon pipes kept popping off at high boost. They weren't made to take that sort of power or to hold that sort of power. So it's still got the silicone hose and clamps on it. That was a bit of a challenge. Now we think we got it sorted, so we'll see when you go for a drive.
The heart of Rob's R34 GT-R is an HKS Step 2 2.8 litre stroker kit with a Nitto oil pump and CRD enlarged sump. The head is the key to this setup making power and is a CRD race ported item with Supertech oversized valves, double valve springs, titanium retainers and CRD spec 280 degree camshafts with a whole lot of lift. Tomei cast exhaust manifolds carry turbochargers that started life as Tomei items but have essentially been high-flowed to fit much larger billet compressor wheels and larger turbine wheels. There are Tomei wastegate actuators, dump pipes and titanium exhaust with a flapper valve. They draw air through a dry carbon Nismo airbox which has a custom mesh screen as the normal air filter didn't flow enough. There's also HKS MAF deletes. Boost is blown through Nismo carbon intercooler pipes, Nismo 4-inch intercooler, and a Nismo inlet manifold. The fuel system is upgraded with a single brushless in-tank pump, there's a TurboSmart fuel pressure regulator, and 2400cc Siemens injectors in a billet fuel rail. Electronic upgrades include a Ross trigger kit, PRP R35 coil packs, and a Motec M150 ECU. Cooling upgrades include a Koyo radiator and Nismo oil cooler. Drivetrain upgrades include an OS Geekin triple plate clutch and ATS LSD front and rear with a change to 411 diff ratio. On the outside, there is a Z-Tune fiberglass body kit, including bumper, front guards and rear over fenders, plus carbon Z-Tune vented bonnet, lip, side skirt extensions and pods. Small touches include genuine Ganador mirrors and Nismo taillights. The wheels are 19-inch Nismos and there is Ferrari F40 Brembos up front. The interior is stock except for the Nismo cluster. It's amazing to think that a car that looks this clean and neat inside and out makes near on 900 horsepower at the hubs. It's by far the most powerful low-mount turbo GT-R we've ever seen, and this is the same dyno that we use for our cars, so we know that it's not a magical fudged number, and none of this calculated engine horsepower stuff either. But still, let's take it for a drive and see what it's like in the real world.
I can't believe a low mount car sounds this good. I'm just so used to low mount cars just being a flat idle and being nothing over the top. But then again, how many people do a race ported head and then go low mount? I think that's the biggest difference, right? Is that. But so far you're right, it just drives like a loud one with low mounts. I mean, you can tell it's got larger low mounts on it, right? Like it's not super responsive like something with Dash 7.
Nah, that's right.
You know it's got something bigger on it, but it's not like it drives like it's got a big giant 76mm on it or anything, does it? So, yeah. And let's face it, the smallest turbo that you could make 900 with would have to be a G35 1050, and you'd be still like bringing its neck to try and do it. Really, you'd be more like a 6870 to make 900, right? So, and this definitely drives better than a 6870. Super easy. It's got some mid-range to it for cruising around. It's good. Can't believe of all the people that got me into drive a low mount car, it's you. See what it's like, huh, Rob? Selling porcupines, is it? It's just so weird, a low mount turbo car being that quick. It's so good. Well, trust you of all the people that have the balls to actually go and put an engine like that and then put low mounts.
Got to give it a shot.
And now we're back to a normal car again.
That's it.
Well, there we have it.
Thanks, mate.
Low mounts versus single. Have I changed my mind, do you reckon, Rob?
100% you have. To a point.
I'm not going to admit that I've changed my mind, but I will say this. As long as it makes the numbers and it's got the power curve, it's an awesome GT-R. It's an awesome GT-R, right?
And it sounds good, and cheers, mate.
Well done, Rob. It's awesome.
No worries.